Good morning and welcome to the Cloffice. I hope that you are well this morning. Sunday was an amazing service and Dr. Peter Wins preached this just fantastic message, which I encourage you to go one up on my Facebook feed and go ahead and watch the sermon. There were so many amazing nuggets that he gave to us on Sunday morning. Just amazing and definitely worth listening with a pad and a pen to take notes. The title of it was Shining Ever Brighter, because as disciples of Christ, as Christians, we are called to shine even brighter than we did yesterday. The Lord is constantly, as we walk with him and as we move forward in him, he is constantly just glowing through us and we are shining even brighter. And a couple of things that he talked about were just like really great. So he started with Proverbs 4:18. Now I'm just going to give you a little synopsis. So I really encourage you, if you have the time, please go ahead and listen to the whole service, the whole message. It was good. So Proverbs 4:18, it talks about the path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining even brighter till the full light of day. So for all of us, you who are on the path of the righteous as a disciple of Christ, walking in the ways of the Lord, you are called to shine even brighter than the sun coming up in the morning after the dark of night. You are called to shine even brighter because you're called to walk in righteousness. So good. And what Dr. Peter talked about, he brought in the Philippians passage when it talks about knowing the good, pleasing, and perfect will of God, and how those are actually three different steps of knowing the good will of God and walking in the good will of God, walking in the pleasing will of God, and walking in the perfect will of God. So the good will of God is salvation. When we become believers and we receive salvation, we're walking in the good will of God. The next step is the pleasing will of God. We please the Lord when we walk in sanctification, when we walk in righteousness, when we walk in holiness, as the Lord has called us, taking on the nature of God, just reflecting the Son and his goodness and what is right and what is true. So first we take on the good will of God, which is salvation. Secondly, we take on the pleasing will of God, which is sanctification. And the third one is the perfect will of God. And that actually is walking as a servant of the Lord. When you learn how to walk in such faith where you hear the word of the Lord and you obey it and you serve the Lord with everything, not just what you like to do, not just what you're good at doing, but what the Lord tells you to do. So my friends, I just want to encourage you in your journey with the Lord, first of all, to walk out the good will of salvation. Make sure that you're walking in salvation, that you have received Jesus Christ as your Lord and King. The second one, to then walk in what is pleasing to the Lord, to be sanctified, to walk in righteousness and holiness. Allow the Lord to transform your mind so that you can graduate into walking in true servanthood, serving the Lord with your whole life. God is calling us to partner with him to walk in salvation, sanctification, and servanthood, that we would serve him in everything, in spirit and in truth, as we worship him, that we would serve him with our whole lives. So I encourage you today to lay your life down, lay your thoughts, your preferences, everything you want, lay it down and say, God, my life is yours. What would you have me do today? Have an amazing day serving the Lord, and God bless.